I knew I was going to spend some time today making ready-made meals for the kids since they've been working so hard at the Merc. So I asked Todd what his favorite food is. I just wanted his knee-jerk reaction. His answer? Chicken noodle soup. I never know what that kid's gonna say. Kind of surprised me, actually, that chicken noodle soup was his first choice. But I'm gonna go with it because I'm his mama, and that's what mamas do. I cooked a couple of chicken breasts in oil, took them out, and now I'm just sauteing some veggies. I have a mix of diced onion, sliced carrots, and celery. I think of all the kids, Todd was definitely the most excited when it came time to getting a job at the Merc. He clears and busses tables, wipes them clean, and boy, does he take his job seriously. It's been really fun to see him get to know the ropes. And I love it when he wears that check shirt that the porters wear. It is so cute. Okay, the veggies are starting to cook, so I need to add a little bit of seasoning. Just a little ground thyme. And salt and pepper. It doesn't get any simpler than that. Okay, now I want to add a little garlic to the soup. I really like to grate it in, so you won't see it, you'll just taste it. Tap that in. Now I need to stir this around. Oh, the veggies are looking so good. They still need to cook for just a little bit. So while they do, let me show you my favorite 12-year-old porter, Todd Drummond.
Well, hey, let's get started. It's gonna be a busy Saturday. Give me nuts. Let's do this.
Would you like me to get this out of your way? Would you like me to get these plates? Would you like me to take these plates out of your way? Well, I'm just looking for people that have finished their food and I can take their plates, put it on a tray.
Todd did amazing. He's a huge asset to this group. He always is a strong player, part of the team.
I can get that.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
He works hard, he busses the tables, and he's super friendly to all the guests.
Are you done with these drinks?
You did a great job, Todd.
Thank you.
The chicken is cool enough to chop, and when I say chop, I do mean chop. Todd is an interesting child. I think I might have mentioned that he's picky. And when he eats chicken noodle soup, he doesn't like to have great big chunks or big shreds of chicken. He likes it in teeny tiny pieces. And again, I am his mama, and I am going to cut up his chicken however he likes. So it's gonna go straight in with the veggies. They've been simmering away, and they smell so good. And I'll stir it all together. This mixture would be a great basis for a chicken pot pie. We'll talk about that some other time. Now the soup needs liquid, of course. So I'm gonna add some low sodium chicken broth. It can be overly salty if you don't. Also need to add just some regular water and a couple of bouillon cubes. That's pretty much all there is to the soup. I just need to bring it to a boil, let it simmer for 10 minutes, and then I'll let it cool. Now this is chicken noodle soup. You were probably wondering about the noodles, weren't you? I'm just using egg noodles. And when I make chicken noodle soup to put in the fridge for bake-ahead, I don't like to combine the noodles with the soup. I have found that if you put chicken noodle soup in the fridge, after a day or two, the noodles are kind of limp and lifeless. Sometimes they get a bit mushy. So I just store a little bag of cooked noodles right next to the soup in the fridge, and I'm good to go. Okay, the noodles are gonna take about 8 minutes to cook, and then I'll let them cool. So let's take a little peek at another Todd installment.
Doing great, Katie.
You too, Todd, you too.
Can you take those to table 14? Spicy cowgirl?
That's fine. Thank you.
Buckets. Oh, I can get that.
Awesome. Thank you, Todd.
No problem. I have found the new way of bussing tables, though. Wrap it around your hand. And then you just go, oh. Bro, you beat me to it.
And speaking of Todd, his soup is ready. Just packaging it up to put it in the fridge. Todd isn't the only one who loves it. Everybody in the house does. And when it comes to serving it up, here's how it'll go. I'll heat up the soup, add a bunch of cooked egg noodles and warm them through. Then I'll ladle out some soup, And garnish everyone's bowl with a little chopped parsley. This soup is so good. I could go for a bowl right now. Since Paige, Bryce, and Todd all have thriving careers at the Merc now, I'm throwing together some make-ahead dishes they're all gonna love. Bryce's is next, and I'm gonna make a big batch of broccoli cheese mac and cheese. It's a mashup between two of his favorite dishes, and I have to say, I love this too. I'm gonna throw some macaroni on to boil, stir it up, and while it cooks, I'll whip up the yummy sauce, and I do mean yummy. I've got some really finely diced onion and celery sauteing in a little butter. I'm gonna keep letting them cook while I cut up the broccoli. I've got two small heads, and first I'm gonna cut off the florets, and then I'll just spend a little time breaking them up into smaller bits. This casserole is a cross between broccoli cheese soup and mac and cheese. He could eat them both for breakfast, lunch, and dinner all year. He just adores them. Bryce and I have similar tastes when it comes to food. And aside from Alex, who's now in college, he's definitely one of my most adventurous eaters. He makes up for Todd, who is not adventurous at all with food. I'm kind of thinking, eventually, surely Todd will grow out of his pickiness. When Bryce first started helping out at the Merc, he was working on being a server. He still does help out running food every now and then, but lately he's been helping out with the line outside. My good friend Stacy spearheads the whole line operation. She is so much fun. She's a homeschooling mom friend of mine. When I saw that people were waiting in line to come into the Merc, I wanted their experience to start right when they got in line. So we came up with the idea to have contests and games and trivia questions. It's so much fun, and Bryce really does a good job helping. Okay, I'm gonna stir the broccoli around. It's already starting to get bright green. I need to cook it until it's really soft, and that's gonna take about 7 to 8 minutes. Okay, now so far, this is exactly where I'd be if I were making a pot of broccoli cheese soup. The onions and celery are soft, the broccoli is nice and soft. Okay, now I'm gonna turn this into a thicker sauce, so I'll sprinkle over a couple of tablespoons of flour. And when I make mac and cheese, I like to add some dry mustard to the mix, and the sauce needs liquid. 2 cups of milk for starters, and I'm using whole milk. I mean, if you're gonna make a broccoli cheese macaroni casserole, what's the point of using skim milk? Let's be honest with ourselves. I'm also gonna splash in some chicken broth, a little bit of a nod to the broccoli cheese soup, and then for a little added richness, some half and half, just a little splash. Now I need to stir this until it heats up and starts to bubble and thicken. Okay, this looks magical. So the cheese comes next. I'm using some big chunks of processed cheese. I hate to call it that, but that's what it is. It melts really creamy, but I'm gonna redeem that by adding a pile of sharp cheddar cheese. And then just for a little different flavor, I'm gonna add some Parmesan. Now this sauce is so piping hot that cheese is already halfway melted, it looks like. I'm just gonna stir it all in. Now, if this cheese isn't already melted, it's gonna definitely have a chance when I add the really hot macaroni. I'm gonna drain it right out of the pot. I'll just pour it right in. That is what I love about this pot with the strainer insert. It is so handy. No more annoying trips to the sink. I'm always looking for ways to save time when I cook. Okay, now it's just about folding. If this dish doesn't have Bryce's name written all over it, I don't know what does. So I need to get it into the baking dish. It's buttered, of course, back to the thought about not skimping on a casserole like this. And the whole thing goes in, and I will just hope it fits, and it absolutely does. Now, I cannot resist putting a nice crunchy topping on the casserole. There's nothing better for that than panko breadcrumbs. And about the same amount of Parmesan. This gets sprinkled over. While I finish sprinkling on this topping, Let me give you the baking and serving instructions. So I'll bake the casserole covered in foil at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes. Then I'll take the foil off and bake it for another 15. Then I just serve it up just as it is. Absolutely perfect. Okay, that's it for the topping. Now I just need to put foil on it, let it cool, and then I'll pop it in the fridge. I wanted to find something to make for Bryce to let him know how much I appreciate his hard work. I'm pretty sure this is gonna do the trick.